Let's get to work, baby. What is good with the YouTube fight fans all over the world? It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it. Real talk boxing. It is a privilege, an honor, and a major blessing to be back with you beautiful people yet again. Jose Benavidez Jr. versus Jermall Hitman Charlo co-main on last night's pay-per-view event. I was very anxious to see this fight, and I knew it would be a really, really good fight, and I knew it would be exciting. The reason why I was so anxious is because I wanted to see how Charlo was going to fare after being off for dang near 3 years, man. As we all may or may not know, he was dealing with some mental issues, maybe a handful of other things. But he just wasn't himself and still doesn't seem to be quite himself just yet. I wasn't surprised at how Jose conducted himself. He did exactly what I thought Jose was going to do. Jose, man, the press conference before the fight was very heated, man. You know, Jose's always walking around like a tough guy, frowning, mean, mugging, always mad. Even in the press conference, Charlo was like, yo, bro, why you mad, man? Like, you and your brother, like, y'all headlining your own pay-per-view. Like, what is your problem? You know? But that's just how Jose Benavidez is. He's always been that way. Sometimes it's a little much, but, you know, I think for the most part, he's a good dude. And he doesn't walk around in his everyday life like that. But when it comes down to that competitive, getting into the ring, lacing up and trying to knock each other's block off, he's always going to be that way. Night and day difference from David Benavidez. But nevertheless, he conducted himself just like I thought he would. Now, Charlo, I was very surprised. I really, really was. I remember speaking to one of my homies before the fight, and I had a gut feeling that, you know, he might have a mental breakdown in the ring. Like, I thought mentally he would just give up. Something was just the thought popped into my head, and I got a hold of my homeboy, and I was like, man, I don't know if it's gonna be good for Charlo, man. But man, I was dead wrong. For being off for 2.5 years, he was surprisingly sharp. There was hardly no ring rust. He got touched, you know, a bit by Jose, but the key to his victory was that freaking jab, man. Did you see the jab on Jermall, man? It was like a cross, to be honest with you. He was throwing it with conviction and literally landing the jab at will. And also Jose Benavidez was landing his jab too at will. But for the most part, man, Charlo looked great, to be honest with you. I could see him getting a little weary down the stretch. There was a reason why they were doing a lot of back and forth talking at that last round, just because both of them were kind of sucked, winded. And it was sucking for air, man. It was sucking for air. And a lot of times when you see guys in the ring talking, fussing back and forth, it's just because they're trying to get a break. But his combinations were very crisp, very sharp. I was surprised on how Jose ate some of them hard shots, man, because Jermall got heavy hands and Jose was just eating them. I mean, I didn't understand how tough Jose Benavidez was. I mean, I followed David all day, every day, but I never really gave Jose much of a look. But that dude is durable, man. He's very durable, but it seems like every time it's time for him to step up to an A-plus fighter, elite fighter, he always falls short. I think he's a A-minus, maybe B-plus fighter at best, but he's slowly becoming a journeyman. You know, somebody that's thrown in for a good tune-up or for an up-and-coming fighter to be tested against. And I mean, it is what it is. I hate to see that, but Jose still conducted himself as a true warrior in that ring, man. He didn't give up. He didn't give in. He got rocked in the first round, but for the most part after that, he never was really hurt. He did exactly what Jose does. But for Charlo, I was amazed at him, man, just how he conducted himself in the ring. It got a little crazy around 9th, 10th round. You know, a lot of back and forth stuff going on and a lot of, you know, dirty tactics going on and mouthing. But for the most part, Jermall looked good. He looked really, really good. His speed was good. The jab was out of this world. He would throw 6, 7, 8 combinations and land more than half of them. When you throw a 6-punch combination and you land 4, you're doing something serious. Neglected the body just a little bit too much for my taste, but every fighter neglects the body, honestly, to me. besides Jose Benavidez. Excuse me, not Jose Benavidez, but David Benavidez, because he's a body snatcher. You understand? And I love how he breaks fighters down to the body. And I wish I would have seen more of that in that co-main event. But for the most part, I really ain't got nothing to complain about, man. It was a great fight. And Charlo, you looked really, really good. And I look forward to seeing you in the ring. But more importantly, I look more forward to seeing you mentally get better, man. I mean, you're better, but I can tell you're not quite Jermall that we know. And I'm going to be praying for you, bro. And hopefully you get your mental right, man. You can get back in there. What's next for you? I think I know what's next for you. And a fight that I want to see you against a certain opponent. But that's for another video. And to Jose Benavidez, bro, you did your thing. You went out on your shield. It wasn't like you got ran over. But I really don't know what's next for Jose. I mean, because when he gets to that elite level, he doesn't, quite, pass the test. He's a certain type fighter, and it's not elite. You know what I'm saying? But either way it go, it made for a great fight. Charlo, big ups to you, man, and hopefully you get better, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing you back in that ring. But until then, respect all, fear none. God bless. Till the next time, Real Talk Boxing. I'm up and I'm out here. Bing.